Welcome back to the Crude Project, everyone. I'm here with Ant and Kevin D'Souza, and as always, we've got a great episode for you guys. And
Today we're talking about Call of Duty 6.
before we get to that, if you guys enjoy the content that we share, please like for more content like this. Go over to our Spotify channel. Follow us for a great commute listen. And let's get to this.
Let's get to it. Call of Duty. They're coming out with something else. This game is going to be what feels to be controversial. Call of Duty 6 Black Ops, Black Ops 6 The Duty. Who knows?
Duty?
Shouldn't this be Black Ops 3? Their naming convention sucks. Let's just get that off rip. Call of Duty 6 Black Ops, which they had 1, 2. Did they have Black Ops 3? Maybe this should be 4. Regardless, this one is going to raise eyebrows if they do it the way it seems they're going to be doing it.
Thing is, I have kind of lost interest in Call of Duty games, right? But this one, I mean, sure, there is a huge fan base for Call of Duty and Black Ops and Modern
without
Warfare
a doubt.
still.
Without a doubt.
Right? But I lost interest in these games. But when I heard about the story of this game, immediately caught my attention. I was like, ain't no way they're basing this off of some real world events. Ain't no way. And they're making it pretty close to the real world. Like, it's not like, oh, they took real world events and it's going to be some knockoff. They're just going to do something close to it, something like related to it roughly. No, it's pretty in depth about what happened in real life. It's almost like 1-in-1.
Yeah, they've done other major events like World War II, World War I.
Yeah,
but it was kind of a broad stroke, right?
But this one is such a big part of like this history of the government.
More recent,
US,
way more recent than like any other event.
Do we want to go over the trailer? I want to show the trailer.
Yeah, right. Let's take a look.
Let's look at the trailer really quick, and then we can dive more deeper into the reaction or story of it.
We're recording. Truth is,
Bill Clinton.
your whole life is a lie.
You wanted peace, so we hit the war. And now it rages on in the shadows.
Behind closed doors, where
Margaret
we hide
Thatcher.
the world's secrets.
While we build your trust, the world falls apart around you. If you weren't so distracted, you'd realize.
Nothing is what it seems.
That's George Bush Sr.
But if
and
it's
Saddam
truth you
Hussein.
seek, look in the dark.
Dude, that was a hard trailer. I'm not gonna lie.
Like I said, they're definitely catering to a conspiracy on this one.
Yeah, conspiracy
Heavy.
about. So, all right, let's get that. I jotted down some things that I wanted to touch on this. Okay, so let's get right off the bat. I wanna touch on. So what we have currently that's coming out, I believe, looking forward to, is the June 9th showcase of Xbox. So, June 9th, Xbox showcase for Call of Duty, I believe. And it is rumored that they are going to do a big reveal for Call of Duty 6, where they're going to go in depth and show a much more official world premiere type of trailer. This was a reveal trailer. And then they're going to show a lot of gameplay during that June 9th showcase. And then another event that's going to be kind of happening around the same time, June 9th, June 10th, is Summer Game Fest. And we're going to be seeing, rumors are that there's going to be a whole lot of pretty big name games that's going to be dropping, announced, that wasn't shown and was announced in the PlayStation State of Play that happened last week. Was it, what was it? May 27th, May 26th, something like that. Anyways, today is...
I don't remember the exact date.
Today is June 3rd. So today is June 3rd. The State of Play happened like last week. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to because the State of Play, honestly, was kind of a disappointment. They didn't announce too many, exclusive games that is coming out. They didn't do announced a whole lot of games that were kind of
Well, what do you mean? You mean see that Monster Hunter trailer?
That's I feel like that was the only notable thing.
Okay. All right, just making sure you noted that one.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that was the only notable thing. Aside from that, like, PlayStation is huge. They have so many exclusive titles under their belt. They have so many upcoming exclusive titles that's under this PlayStation's belt that they could have announced, shown trailers or
Maybe they're
gameplay.
not ready. Maybe they're not ready.
That's why I'm thinking maybe they had some kind of contract with the Game Fest event on June 9th and 10th to showcase it there, because that is a much more bigger event that they're going
that would
to
be good. Yeah, that would be a good idea.
And like Summer Game Fest.
Yeah.
So usually a bunch of titles get announced there. So PlayStation probably was like, okay, we'll do some here, and then you guys can have a bunch here that you can announce. So people are hopeful for what's to come this summer, because a whole lot of exclusives were not announced in 2023, and they were promised to be announced 2024.
Yeah.
And this is the time. This is usually the time that a whole lot of things get announced now, and then usually get dropped in November or October or November.
Yeah, they usually drop a new Call of Duty in November, which is really odd.
Yeah, I mean, right? November, And with this one,
yeah,
the coincidence.
Yeah, this one's gonna be
November.
Crazy.
I think. So I don't think we have an official release date, or do we? Can you look up if we have an official release date for Call of Duty 6? I forgot to maybe.
I don't think they do. Since they have the world premiering on the 9th,
yeah,
they don't have official release date. I'm quite certain. They're probably going to give a ballpark of a year, so they're probably going to say 2025.
Yeah,
and then that's it. But we could assume November if it's going to be whatever year. Usually November is when they do it. But for this one specifically, it's supposed to take place in 91, 92 is when it's supposed to start.
So this was, the thing is that, and that was during like Clinton era, Bill Clinton presidency. So the significance of this is that this is about the Gulf War.
Yeah.
The story is going to be revolving around the Gulf War. For people who don't know the Gulf War was the war that was happening it was the Iraq War.
Yeah.
So Desert Storm is said to be the main focus point of the story. Desert Storm was an operation during the Gulf War, during the Iraq War that happened, and it was Iraq waging a war against Kuwait, because of Iraq's war against Iran.
Right, yeah.
Iraq's war against Iran, and Iraq borrowed a bunch of money from Kuwait. They're rich, they have oil, and so Iraq could not pay the money back, right? That's how it was?
Yeah.
Iraq could not pay the money back.
But Iraq already had such a hard establishment in Kuwait that when they couldn't pay it back, they just took the country because of the puppet republic they already had. And it was just like, oh, we can't pay this back.
Yeah.
And we'll just take the country in 2 days.
Yeah. That was wild. And And then United States were like, whoa, buddy. Okay, back up. No,
There's
no.
oil there.
Yeah, we're not gonna allow Iraq to do this. So, what was it? Coalition of 42 other countries,
Steamrolled them.
led by United States, went over, liberated Kuwait from Iraq, and that's kind of how Operation Desert Storm happened, basically. And this game is focused around Operation Desert Storm. And then what was the other thing, Kev, about Operation? What was it? Shield.
Desert Shield.
Desert Shield was like its
prequel.
Was its prequel to Operation Desert Storm.
Yeah, like he was telling us earlier. Desert Shield was the protection of oil fields and things like that. Correct. Prior to Desert Storm, which was the full frontal attack.
Yeah.
So Desert Shield was to protect, shield, and Desert Storm we just decimated.
Yeah.
Because apparently they were lighting it on fire. So
Yeah.
the oil fields.
So it's pretty wild because this game is trying to go down this like whole conspiracy route.
Yeah.
And that's what's intriguing a whole lot of people about this game. And it's turning heads and has a whole lot of people interested to maybe play this game and see what it's really about, what the story is really about. And apparently this game was, out of the whole Call of Duty like franchise, this game was in development the longest out of every other game of theirs that they've made so far. So they probably put in a good amount of work into making this game.
I think the campaign is really the only forefront for this game.
Probably.
To keep on the whole Call of Duty, but I feel like their campaigns are usually pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. It's a pretty good little playthrough. The multiplayer, I probably do without. What everyone's hoping for, because we gotta get a little touch on the multiplayer. You know what I'm saying? Even though the story mode is probably the most notable for this, everyone wants the original Black Ops multiplayer to be what it was, Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1. Get that Black Ops 3 shit out of their face. I want that Black Ops 2, and I want that Black Ops 1, and I want to be on Search and Destroy. I want that voice chat to be open. I don't want you to be able to run from me. All right? So when I cross-map Tommy you, and we go back into the end, and I'd be like, yeah, how'd that feel, motherfucker? How'd that feel? And then I got to hear you saying some, well, good shot. Good, nice try.
Bro, Call of Duty chats are so wild.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Aren't they doing the thing where they monitor using AI?
Yeah, that is the other thing.
That is the other thing. Yeah.
Where they're gonna-
so they're gonna
That, and they're supposed to have like a every like voice chat that happened like back in Xbox is supposed to be like somehow saved somewhere.
yeah.
So like everything you ever said back in the day, that was like a very short time where people were like joking. They were coming on social media like, listen, I heard they had the Xbox chats and everything. I just want to say that was a different me. I don't know if it was real, but people were joking, but like, look, if this comes out, my boss sees it. That was a different time. It wasn't really, I've grown.
Don't hold it against me.
I don't say that kind of thing anymore. It was really fun. It was really funny to like, yo, if it comes out, we're all cooked.
Like that scene from the Transformers, the dude's butler or whatever, the Russian butler, where he goes ape shit and he starts you start whipping out the guns and starts killing everybody and shit in the bar, and then he's like realizes he comes to, and then he's like, oh, he snaps. So he's like, oh, I'm sorry, that was the old me.
Yeah, we're all cooked though. If that comes out till late, we're all cooked. I'm just gonna put in my 2 weeks now.
Oh man,
It's done.
Yeah, they're telling a real world story in this game with obviously a little bit of a COD, twist in it, and how they do their own little,
Finesse.
finesse of how telling the real world stories. But this one is gonna be off the chains, bro, because I honestly am one for this conspiracy, because the thing is, this kind of bleeds into the whole weapons of mass destruction later on with George Bush's presidency, going over to Iraq and decimating Iraq, afterwards getting rid of Saddam Hussein. And we all know there were no goddamn weapons of mass destruction.
We didn't find them.
We never found them. There was.
They ran away.
We all know what the real reason was why they got rid of Saddam Hussein. But this story tells the prequel of basically what led to all of that.
Mm-hmm.
What and how Bill Clinton. This story is. They're trying to expose Bill Clinton, and what a timing, bro! Bill Clinton came out on the Epstein list.
Same. I mean, it's
Bro, like it's wild. I like it. And then there was another notable character apparently in this game that was set to be kind of exposed in this game. Real world character. He's a government politician. I noted it down here because I wanted to touch on him. Colin Powell. At the time, Colin Powell was named Secretary of State during Bill Clinton's presidency. People can look him up. Apparently, he was the guy during Bill Clinton's presidency who fueled the war against Iraq. And he was the one who, in front of Congress and everything, said so many things that fueled and that propelled the war against Iraq. And then later was found that he lied about so many things that basically had the Iraq war happen. And then he was removed from his position. And he is in the game. And he's apparently supposed to be one of those main characters that's going to be behind the scenes, pulling the trigger on the missions. He's apparently supposed to be one of the guys who's going to be behind the
Pulling
desert.
the strings, maybe?
Pulling the strings. What did I say?
pulling the trigger.
Pulling the trigger too.
Oh, really?
From behind the scenes, I mean. But yeah, mastermind pulling the strings as well from behind the scenes. And Operation Desert Storm, he's gonna be one of the guys that's gonna be the main focus, like the big honcho guys, who's gonna be. You know how Captain Price takes his missions from the higher ups of his.
You're
Apparently, you're gonna be taking your missions from this guy in the game.
Oh my god!
And
Dude,
going over.
this feels almost too good to be real. That that they would have a game with this much level of depth.
I'm curious, like, you know how the last Call of Duty kind of predicted the Israel?
Yeah, bro. What
With-
was
even
it?
with the
The
character?
Yemen thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was kind of wild.
It was like
Well-
verbatim. The guy looked like he tried out to be the actor and voice actor
Yeah,
for
wild.
that game.
Yeah, that was a little too scary.
So I'm curious,
You think they're gonna throw a little foreshadowing in
a
this?
little foreshadowing, and maybe work some like South Park magic or Simpsons magic.
Oh
Mhm.
my god, please don't. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to play the game. I'm not gonna be able to sleep. I'm not gonna be able to sleep. Like this crazy thing is gonna happen. And it's gonna be like the end of the game. Your character's gonna wake up and you're just gonna put on a power suit and it's Fallout. You're walking out.
Oh my
I'll
god.
be like, God, damn. Throw my controller at the wall. I don't have enough iodine tablets.
But it's wild though. But the thing is, like, this game is Xbox. Obviously, Xbox is owned by Microsoft. So what are the chances that? I mean, obviously, it's already coming out. But
You think it
my
gets
point-
canceled?
my point
Anything's
is
possible.
my
To be
point
honest,
is, like, you know, did they really allow something like this to expose real life characters, real
That's
life
the other
people,
thing.
real life people? How? You know how we were talking about the whole predictive programming thing in our previous episode?
mm-hmm.
I had a thought. What if they're now pushing the whole predictive programming thing into gaming industry now? Because think about it. How big is the gaming industry? Combined, it is bigger
I mean, they're
than the
definitely-
music industry and Hollywood.
I
movie
mean, they're
industry.
putting a lot of things in games now. They're trying to push a lot of things forward, but I think the game is personally. I think how they're going to do it is they're going to not expose Clinton or anybody. They're gonna first off, they're probably going to put in the beginning a disclaimer.
Okay.
First and foremost, it's going to be in big bold letters. Some of these are based off of historical events. Some. They are never going to tell you this is entirely truth.
Obviously.
There's
okay.
no way in hell they're going to do that, because this would get buried if they gave out. First off, it's Call of Duty. They're not going to have classified information.
Yeah, so they're gonna
Like
cover their ass that way.
Yeah,
CIA.
there's no way they have classified information. It's just not possible. The next is they're probably going to leave things on cliffhangers, right? So Clinton's going to, like where they had that interview,
Yeah.
and Clinton's going to, your whole life is a lie. And he's probably going to say like 4 other words, and then that's it. That'll probably be it, right? They're not going to give you all this crazy sauce.
Oh,
they're
man.
just going to let your toes get wet a little bit. And they're going to say like, yeah, your whole life is a lie. Everything you've been told is not true. And this is how I know. And then that's going to be it. It's going to cut off, right?
Dude.
They're going
it's-
to, that's because they're not going to give like the whole beans. First off, they probably don't know. And second off, they don't want to die.
Will they receive any backlash for this though?
Um,
For basically trying to
From who? Who
well,
would?
from both sides of the story, from both sides of the aisle, right? The people that's all gung ho, all for the conspiracy that it is embedded in this game, in the story, and then everyone else that is going to be against it, like depending on what kind of light they shine on the antagonist, who's supposedly supposed to be Saddam Hussein.
You think they're going to put him in a positive light?
I'm thinking, yeah. And I'm thinking that they're going to make United States and
everything
the
is
Allied
aligned
nations.
as the bad people. I mean, if they do, it is going to, like, patriots, like some people who are hardcore patriots, maybe people who haven't been alive
Yeah.
long enough, like the little bit of the younger generation, are probably gonna be like, whoa, and then some of the other people are gonna, I think it's gonna get some controversy
Yeah.
if they make Saddam in a good light. And I mean, obviously they're trying to put people from the U.S. government in a bad light.
Yeah.
Look at the trailer, the way their setting is. Honestly, I think they're gonna put them all in a bad lighting. Personally,
They even have higher up people in the British government, Margaret Thatcher.
mm-hmm.
So
But like, look at how they placed them all in a dark room, with like they're all behind closed doors.
yeah,
The closed doors. I think that is how they're going to portray everybody, and I think the way they're going to go about it is everything is in motion without your knowledge, kind of thing. I think it's going to be this: the whole world is like on fire, but you can't see it. You can't see the forest through the trees, kind of thing. As a normal person, the all the things around you going on, you don't see it because of the way the world is working.
I see. The other thing that I found kind of interesting was, who was Bill Clinton talking to? Because there was a dark shadow cast on the person opposite to him that he was talking to. Who is that? They never showed him. But then you see on the opposite, on like the second scene, where it's like, or it was like actually the last scene. It looked like it was kind of the same room, and it looked like it might have been the opposing person might have actually been Saddam Hussein, and that's how he, like, because he was in the dark, and then he flips the light on and he shines the light, and it looks like he's actually the one talking to Bill Clinton. So who do you think is the person that Bill Clinton is talking to? And
I think
your whole life has been a lie.
Because that was when they were recording. I think it's going to be the same person interviewing all the people, if it goes through that sort of segment. Because they were all, looks like they were in the same room.
Okay.
And it signifies, it's very heavy that he wrote, I don't remember what he wrote. He wrote something on there, on the tape, and we're recording. But the guy said, and we're recording. And that wasn't Saddam's voice.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was Saddam he's talking to. But I think it's going to
point.
show somebody at the end who it is. Yo,
It's
crazy.
Tucker Carlson. He's
imagine?
interviewing them.
What if it's like Captain Price or something?
A young Captain Price.
Can you imagine, dog? How cool would that be?
Yeah.
Or Ghost?
Wasn't Ghost a traitor ass?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Wasn't he the one that shot what was that other character's name? Damn it. Your character that when in Call of Duty, was it Black Ops 2?
Dude, I don't remember. It's been so long. I
thought he got.
He did.
I thought he got killed along with you.
Yeah,
Or
he-
injured.
He did.
Oh, that's when he comes out of the guy comes out of the helicopter and he goes, "Thanks." Boom.
Yeah, never
And he
mind.
hit, and then
You're
they
right.
throw you in the thing, but he's
You're
not
right.
actually.
Yeah, I remembered it.
Soap. It's Soap and
Yeah.
is his name Ghost before, or did he turn to Ghost because he was? I can't.
No, it
remember.
was Ghost.
It was
It was
always
in the
Ghost?
game. It was Ghost, and he
Okay.
had the mask too.
Okay.
So it
Yeah,
was
like I
Soap
said,
and Ghost,
Yeah.
and Soap was the one that got.
you were Soap.
Yeah, you were Soap,
Yeah.
and Ghost. Yeah, you both got KO'd right there.
K.O.
Every guy who's played that game remembers that scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a hard scene, dude, where he was like, "Thanks for your service." Boom, and I was like,
Right.
I think that was Call of Duty 2. No, 4. Was that 4?
No. No.
Was it the first Modern
That was one of
Warfare?
the earlier ones.
Yeah.
Call of Duty 4 was early.
No.
Yeah,
No. That was the one. I think it was called Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
definitely wasn't Black Ops 2.
Was it Black Ops 2?
No.
All right, whatever. But anyways, if you guys remember, it, leave, drop us, let us know
Let us
in
know.
the
I
comment
can't
section.
remember. It's been too many.
It's been too long. It's been too many. They've come out with too many. I can't keep a track of all of them anymore.
Like I'm saying, Call of Duty 6, Black Ops 7. I don't even know.
But bro, yeah. Anyways, so the story is very compelling, very intrigued. I'm very interested to find out what the story is really about, and this might be the one that got me back into Call of Duty. And June 9th, we'll find out. We're looking forward to it. Today is June 3rd. We'll probably drop this episode in the next few days. So look out for this episode and there's a few other episodes that's on the way. Look out for those too. But yeah. Did you have anything else to cover about this?
No, not really. It's just I think they're gonna have it on Game Pass though. So if you guys
that's
have Game
right.
Pass, that'd be exciting. If you have Game Pass,
Actually, the thing is, this was another thing. When I saw it on that it was going to be on Game Pass. Remember what happened with Starfield when they released it on Game
they
Pass?
lost big money. They lost big money. If they put it on Game Pass, they're gonna lose.
And it was hyped so much that Starfield was going to be so good, this and that, and Game Pass first day. What do you think is going to be the outcome for Call of Duty if they're dropping
lose
it on Game Pass?
Millions, dude. They're gonna lose millions if it's actually still gonna be on Game Pass and they don't change it.
Day
they're gonna
one?
lose millions. They will lose. They lost.
You think so? The thing is, Starfield was a brand new title.
You know how much they lost off Starfield?
I understand, but Starfield didn't have this dedicated fan base already.
It'll be even worse. It's gonna be horrible.
I don't. Here's my.
it's on
I
Game
don't think
Pass,
it's gonna lose all that
100
much
million.
money because they have so.
100 million. Day one.
Are you sure?
100 million.
You think so?
100 million.
I don't think they're gonna lose any money.
100 million. Gone.
I
Game
think
Pass
it's
is
just
like
going to
$10.
broaden.
The game is going to be 60. They're losing $50 on every copy. They're going to sell millions of copies on day 100 million.
But imagine the amount of people that they're extending this out to that they're going to be playing it
Where am I at?
on Game
Where am
Pass.
I at?
So they might actually get a whole lot more people to play the game through Game Pass.
Oh, Game Pass prices will go up. Their sales will go up, but you're still $50 off every copy.
So if they're losing that much money, why the hell would they release it on Game Pass?
Why?
Knowing the downfall of Starfield when they did that with that,
Who
and it
knows?
was hyped so much. Anyways, that was one of my thoughts about the Game Pass thing.
I
But
think they're going to lose money.
aside from that,
Kev, anything for you?
anything else you guys want to touch on about this? Final thoughts? Going once, going twice.
It might be
Alright.
Call of Duty 4.
Might have been Call of Duty 4.
Yeah. So the reason why it's so confusing is because they have it Call of Duty as the first section of the main title,
Mm-hmm.
and then they have the other. So there's Call of Duty 2, 3, 4, and then 4 is when they add Modern Warfare. And then
It was
the
Call of
next
Duty
one
4.
is Call of Duty World at War, and then after that they have Modern Warfare 2. So they're like switching off the
Whole
numbered
areas.
whole areas and eras
Mm-hmm.
while they're switching like names with like numerical systems. So it's like that's why.
So
it's
Call of Duty 4, quick tip, it's when Shipment came out. Small map,
Yeah.
Shipment. That was Call of Duty 4. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. But I remember.
2007.
But I remember just the last part here. It's
Yeah.
the mission when you're with Captain Price
Yeah.
and you're crawling through the field.
Uh-huh.
Your choice. Go quiet, go loud.
Uh-huh.
Shot yours. And then you go, good shot. And you keep going. That's why I remember Call of Duty 4.
Not gonna lie. The campaign modes are pretty good.
That was good, dude. That one was
Pretty
so hyped, dude, because
Pretty
you were
good.
like, quiet, 2 here. I take the one on the left. You take the one on the right. 3, 2, 1.
I'm looking forward to this one. I'm not gonna lie, especially with the whole like modern gameplay and the graphics and everything.
Yeah, upgrade of
It's
everything.
It's gonna be nice.
I'm
I
excited for the
think.
Easter eggs.
Me too.
They're going to put little Easter eggs in there. You better get in there day 1.
Right.
After the government find it, take that off there. Even day 2 is going to be like just like a blurred out image. Like, that was not like that a day ago.
Right.
Why is Bill Clinton's face not on this poster anymore? That's weird. Anyhow, that's all I had. Let's
Yeah,
wrap
me
her.
too. All right,
wrap
let's
her
wrap it up. Guys, if you enjoyed the content that we shared today, if you're looking forward to Call of Duty 6, look forward to it on June 9th for their reveal, big reveal, world premiere reveal, I believe. Please like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Like this, go over to our Spotify and follow us on Spotify for a great commute listen. And, well, we will see you guys next time.
See you.
Hey, it's the Crude Project here, and we're proud to announce a partnership with illumineScents. We're all about supporting local businesses, and they are a great local business to support.
My favorite scent so far is going to have to be the Smoky Mountain Firewood.
Mine's going to have to be France Lavender here. They currently have 2 sizes available. Smaller one is 8 ounces, the bigger one, 16 ounces. They also have these wax melts as well. We'll drop the link down below for you guys to check them out.
Stay tuned for our own personal scent brought to you by illumineScents.